So, what is your favourite breed of dog? You.
Me. I don't really have a favorite breed of dog.
You don't?
I don't. I know some people do. I don't. I mean, I grew up. I grew up with English bull mastiffs, so I have a childhood like that's where that came from. But I don't like. I like the whatever. No.
How many of the stunts in the movie did you do yourself?
I don't do any stunts.
No.
Stunt people do stunts. So, but I do as much action as I can. I mean, in all the hand-to-hand combat, that's me. When John Wick gets hit by a car, they don't let me do that.
No.
That's a stunt. Now, if I did that, I'd be like, well, actually, no. If an actor is there, it's not a stunt. But I try and do as much as I can, and I do actually like 97%.
So, what was the training regime like for this role compared to like your earlier work in The Matrix?
Well, I mean, it's the same to The Matrix in the sense of committing to a section of time before you're filming to learn the crafts that you're going to use. John Wick doesn't. I don't do any wire work. But in chapter 2, it was more judo, more jiu-jitsu, a little more driving, and a lot more weapon work, a lot more live fire. Like in The Matrix, I think I did live fire once or twice. And in chapter 2, I guess I had at least like 369, like 40 hours of live fire.
So, will there be a John Wick 3?
That is up to you, the audience. If people like what we did, we made this meal with love. I love it. John Wick Chapter 2 is up. If people like it, then we'll get to tell another chapter.
So we've got a few questions in from our audience here. Jack asks, what did you think when the idea was first pitched to you?
The idea first, I liked it. I got the script, and originally the role was for like a 60-something-year-old man, and there was less action in it, and it was really a slow boil. He restored old books. But I liked the meticulousness of it, and so I worked with the producer and the writer Derek Kolstad and the producer Basil Iwanek. I said, I'm not that guy, so we did some work on that.
Tim asks, have you ever watched English football or soccer? And if you have, do you have a favourite team?
I've watched a game or two. It just seems like soccer, like football is like on, do they play for like 10 months a year or something?
Pretty much.
I mean, like all of the cups, UEFA Cup, Champions League, right? I think, I'm not answering your question, but I don't have a favorite team, but I have some friends who are English, who have favorite teams. Yeah, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah. What happened last year? What was that team who won?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester did very well. They're not doing that well this year, though.
It didn't happen.
No, this year they might even go down.
They're going to get relegated.
Potentially.
Man, that's sport, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Sport is just like the agony and the ecstasy. It's a drama, though. That's like John Wick,
Would you like to star in a film made about Leicester City, maybe, if...
Right, what would I do? I'm too old to play the game.
Would you, like,
can't
they
be
had
a manager.
They had a striker last year called Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
You could play him.
Really?
I think maybe.
I could play. All
right. Nick asks, what is the secret for your seemingly eternal youth?
Man, that's exactly right. Seemingly. I don't have one. I'm just holding on by the tips of my fingers.
Ty asks, what made you start acting in the first place?
Fun. I started, I made a commitment to acting when I was 15, and I guess it was born out of, playtime, and then in high school, you know, doing scenes and plays, and I really enjoyed it. I have a bit of a show business background. My mother was a costume designer in music, so I was around musicians. My stepfather was a director. He directed on Broadway. He made movies. I was a production assistant on one of his films, so I was in the world. I was playing in it, and I really, as a young age, just dedicated myself to it.
What is your favourite action movie or scene in this film? No, sorry. Wait. What is your favourite action move or scene in the film? That's from Andre.
Andre, that's tough to pick. I love so much. Okay, so it was really fun to do a pencil fight. You know, it's talked about in the first John Wick. You know, he killed 3 men in the bar with a pencil. Well, now we get to see how he can do that. That was fun. But then with the gun stuff, I would say that the catacombs in Rome, you see John Wick just get Wick. The thing with rifles and then pistols, and then it was in reloads. And then in a fight, I would say the fight with Common, Cassian, on the streets of Rome. That's a really extraordinary fight.
So Terry would like to know what continues to motivate you and feed your soul from one year to the next.
Motivation is fear of death, and the feeding of the soul is the acts of creation. Is really the collaborations, telling stories. And I think it really still goes back to, I mean, I'm really grateful and lucky to have had the opportunity to, in the past, to, you know, do what that kid wanted to do, right? And hopefully I'll keep getting a chance to do that, but it really is fun to create and play.
Emily says, would you ever consider going on stage? And if so, what part would you most like to give night after night?
Yeah, the last time I did a play was, I think, 1997. I played Hamlet. And yeah, so I haven't done anything since then. I'd like to do a new play. So I don't know which new play. Lawrence Fishburne actually asked me to do art. So I'm gonna reread that. And
Are you still close with Lawrence then?
yeah, we're still friends. Yeah, he's a cool cat. Yeah.
Ben, I think this is going to be the last question. What is the best advice for someone trying to put their own project into production independently? He's written a script, but he's kind of hit a brick wall.
Which brick wall? I would imagine the brick wall you hit is money, means of production, or you just have a script that's really crazy or dangerous or illegal or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's resources. I mean, I guess you just got to keep introducing the material to people and see if they can get on board with your vision. Yeah, so people who, if you know anybody who's in the world of it, or if you find somebody who believes in you creatively and personally to get some dough. Yeah, I don't really have any other advice besides that, except keep trying, because it's a tricky business.
Right.
Stories.
That is it, I think.
All
So
right.
thanks very much for
All
that,
right, thank
Keanu.
you.